A grown woman, you
Correct.
make this decision. What is the moment? What is the trigger for you to think, I want to reconnect now? Did something happen? Did you just...
I got kids. Well, a kid. I
At
got a
that-
kid.
at that time.
And you're gonna think this is really nuts. but
Never.
I really wanted him to swab the side of his mouth so I could do the 23andMe thing. I really care about my ancestry. I'm trying to figure out all of this stuff because I want to know where we're from. Like, you know what I mean? That all that kind of stuff means a lot to me. So I was thinking about that, but above anything, really thinking about like what a better time to connect with him. And if he says yes, great. If he says no, great. I was okay with, you know.
You think he would have said no?
You just never know.
But did it occur to you? Did you think...
Yes. My mom was a hard worker. She was a housekeeper and nanny my life. And it was a transitional time where I moved from being with my mom to with Tina and then it would be. She said, I knew when you told me that you had a dream, I had to figure out how you were going to get to this dream. This is a part of it.
You best take a seat because we are going to reveal the truth about Kelly Rowland. You might be familiar with Kelly Rowland from her time as a member of Destiny's Child, where she has excelled on stage and even ventured solo. However, Kelly's life has been an extraordinary roller coaster ride, replete with drama, secrets, and some. Don't be deceived by the glitter, baby. Blatantly outrageous incidents. We're talking about juicy, side-eyeing, and family drama headlines that will make you clench your pearls. Details that seem to have been taken directly from a reality program, believe me. There is a lot of mess involved in being an icon. It's not just about Grammys and red carpets. Behind the scenes, so prepare yourself because we are going to go deeply into Kelly Rowland's world, and it's far more fascinating than you ever imagined. Let's go back to the beginning of it all with Kelly Rowland because, baby, the story is everything. Born Kendria T.R. Rowland in Atlanta, Georgia, on February 11, 1981. I'm Kelly Rowland, and I'll tell you all the reasons why I'm so pleased to be from the early years. But let's just say it wasn't all roses. Kelly's beginnings weren't the fairy tale you would have imagined. With a nanny and a tow, Mama Doris was out here having the time of her life.
I'm Kelly Rowland, and I'll tell you all the reasons why I'm very proud to be.
Regarding her father Christopher, he loved it but was seldom noticed.
Growing up with my mom, my dad being in and out of my life.
Hold on, because this is where things really start to get complicated. Domestic abuse had caused Doris to leave her and Kelly's lives, leaving her poisonous. Leaving their marriage behind and moving to Houston, Texas, in hopes of starting again. But wait, once they get to Texas, things get incredibly sexy. When Kelly was only 7 years old, Doris took a risk and allowed her life to completely change. Only the Knowles family moved in with Kelly. Yes, it is the Knowles family. Beyoncé's parents, Matthew and Tina, and baby weren't just involved. They were legally appointed as Kelly's guardians.
My life. And it was a transitional time where I moved from being with my mom to with Tina and then it would be. She said, I knew when you told me that you had a dream, I had to figure out how you were going to get to this dream. This is a part of it. You have to.
After that, Kelly and Beyoncé became close as thieves and began creating incredible magic together, growing up like sisters.
The Knowles family and having the space of a new family, you know what I mean? And still, of course, having my mom there and having, my two moms and a father type figure there.
Don't get it twisted. These two were inseparable and created a group called Girls Time. We're out here working hard together. But success didn't just happen to them. They had to put in a lot of effort to get that shine.
Let's go back here one more time. Just get the strongest part of
Let's talk about setbacks, darling. They lost on Star Search in front of the entire country, which is terrible, but did that deter them? Oh no, honey, the girls weren't going to be depressed by a single rejection.
These are a young group from Houston. we can translate the hip-hop roots time.
Anywhere they could and stayed focused on that prize. By the time Kelly was about 5 or 6, she was already up in church, belting out solos like a pro.
Having this big, ugly white dress on, you know, the ones they give you when you're small and you got the little matching Philly stock go with it. And singing, singing and singing. My first solo, and she was like, she told my mom, oh, she can do it, and I know she can do it. And I get up there and I had such a great time singing. And I was like, it was a moment. I remember exactly what the audience looked like. I can see it right now. So it's like, I knew what that feeling felt like, and I knew that's where I wanted to be. I knew that's what I wanted to be.
That's amazing. Do you remember when you were singing?
Yes, it was, I want to walk and talk with Jesus. Yes.
Actually, it was her choir teacher who initially saw her raw talent, and Kelly treasured the support like it was gold. Sometimes, all it takes is one person to recognize your potential and give you a boost.
Who was the first person that said, oh, you can actually sing, you should use that?
My choir instructor.
How old?
6, maybe 5 or 6, 5, 6, 7, like in that age.
After a few years, Kelly was already a member of the gang that would eventually alter the game Destiny's Child Baby by the age of 10. However, it wasn't always easy to get that way. That record deal they eventually signed with Columbia Records in 1997 after a flurry of rejections. But they had no idea that this would completely upend their lives.
More so like, because it took us a while to get our record deal, for some people it was like, oh yeah, y'all little record deal. Oh yeah, y'all little music thing. Let me make it clear. One should never little anybody's anything.
I know that's right.
It's such a disrespect. Like, I think that we kind of just do that naturally. Oh, I'm gonna go to this little thing that's such and such. It's not little. When someone gets an opportunity to do something, it's an opportunity, which makes it big for them, and you delight in that moment for them with them, because it ain't little. Like, little is when you're belittling something or someone, and it's fine. People did that. Mine not.
Not only did Destiny's Child become well-known in the late 1990s, but they completely took over the industry when No, Part 2 was released in 1998. Oh baby, that was the end of the competition.
Riding in the car, picking up Solange, that's the first time y'all heard no on the radio. Everybody is tripping. But how did the people around you change? Because it doesn't seem like y'all changed, but I'm sure fame, all of a sudden people are like, oh, wait a minute, like they're really making it. How did people around you change, and how did that change you as a teenage girl? Probably just wanted acceptance like all of us.
Well, you know, it was more so like...
Upon hearing their song on the radio for the first time, Kelly still gets chills. Picture this. The girls were crammed into a car and driving through Houston to pick up Solange when No, Come On, Honey, chaos broke out. They were screaming, laughing, and most likely driving the poor driver to the brink of insanity. No, Destiny's Child was a full movement, not simply another girl group. Tens of millions of records have been sold, and Granny's upping their songs check has fans going crazy. Michelle and Kelly Beyoncé served as the model for success, and let's not forget that by the time Kelly was at the age of 18, she was sitting pretty, stacking papers like a millionaire. But beneath all that glitz and glamour, there was drama. Of course, there was drama. The group experienced some significant upheavals, with members joining and leaving like a revolving door.
But they shot a video for the song you sang.
I was like, you blurred. I was like, hold on. I was like, it's not true. Then I got another call, and we heard it again. Then the next thing I'm looking at BT, the premiere of Destiny's Child's new video, say my name. That's how.
And the rumor mill was working non-stop regarding Matthew N.S. Cutthroat's management style when all of this was happening. The tabloids were fascinated by rumors of favoritism, power battles, and various behind-the-scenes turmoil.
That ultimately had you leave the group.
I mean, ultimately, it was management. He did get kind of loud, and I don't know the right word to say it right now, but it's not a way you would want somebody treating your 18-year-old daughter fresh out of the hospital from the school to dehydration. It just started getting more, I guess I wasn't saying anything, like I said, I was just taking it, and I'm, like you said, I'm on the outside, I'm around everybody, their whole family, and Michelle has her family who's like you know, the one out left or whatever, and I've been taking care of myself and holding my family down, so I kind of felt like I was a little bit like, okay, you need to be happy to be here, so just take it. I did, you know, until I was tired of taking it, and not from management, and not, like I said, from someone who you don't want talking to your daughter that way or dealing with your daughter. My father had issues.